Hi guys, Random here, back with a bit more What Can You Do in a Sidewinder? Ooh, well, I'm recording this straight after the previous episode, so if you watch that, you might know what we're going to do. Okay, first things first, let's kit out the ship for what we need. Do we need these things? Do we need all of these things? Let's have a look. Module type. We want Cargous Rackus, and there we go. So we'll put in a cargo rack. We've got our shield generator, which is nice. Basic discovery scanner. Do you know what? We could get rid of that, but yeah, I'll leave it there. Power distributor. Okay. Now, I can't downrate that, so yeah, never mind. But everything else here, apart from the frameshift drive, is E rated. Okay, so that's standard. The power distributor, what we're going to do is we're going to uprate it. Now, I earned 127,000 credits in my last video doing this, so you can see you can fund these sort of things quite easily. Now, the power distributor is up. The thrusters, can we put A-rated thrusters on? Not with what we've got, but let's put these on. Just to give us a little bit more. Okay. And we may have to uprate the power plant as well to a D. Yeah. Just for that little bit of extra power there. Okay. Now we're hoping that they have a heat sink here. Heat sink launcher. Nice. Okay. Do we need pulse lasers? No, not really. So let's get rid of that. We're going to sell that. And we're going to take this one. And put in a beam laser. There we go. Okay. Only the one though. Don't need more than one. Right, so last thing we're going to put on there is a shield booster. We could put a B on there, it's a bit expensive, so I'm going to go for an E. Okay, so that's fine. So we've got a decent jump range. Okay, unladen jump range 17.84, laden jump range 15.68. So that's good. Yes, we have something that we need to set a fire group for. So we'll have the beam laser on there, and the heatsink launcher is on there. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to fire up Dark here, because we will need him. Now, you don't have to do this. You can have a button assigned, but I like doing it this way. So, let's have a quick stare at the bulletin board and see if there is anywhere else we are going. Or where we're going, rather. Data handler, where are you going? No, you're not going there. So, we are going to Smugwinder in Urukuma. So, let's open the galaxy map. Right, Urukuma, land of the giant snail. We're coming to you. And then smuggling is something that you can do in the Sidewinder. It's not bad money. It isn't bad money. 113,695 for 2 slaves. Okay. So let's go back. Now, worst case scenario, you are going to get scanned. And you will get fined. We don't want that to happen, okay? That would be a bad thing. But we can get round that. So let's show you what I know. Now here we have got illicit cargo. Okay, we're going to put all power into engines because we're after speed here. Shall we make sure Dark's working?
Ship release.
Retract landing gear.
Engines engaged.
Retracting weapons.
Yes, he's awake. Marvellous. Okay. So let's get out of here as quickly as we can. There we go. And we are heading towards Irakuma.
Scan detected.
Okay, so let's... Silent running. Silent running.
Deactivating silent running.
Silent running. Shields offline.
And we'll drop a heatsink, just so we don't overheat. Now we should be far enough away.
Heatsink deployed.
There we go. And you see we started to get scanned there. So what we did was we went into silent running. Silent running.
Activating silent running.
Restored.
Okay. So we have got back to normal. So we should be able to
Cannot comply.
retract everything. And it's saying that our destination is obscured, which I suppose it is. So we have to fly around the edge of this planet very slightly, which takes a moment or two, but it's fine. I don't mind. What we could do is we could let's go back to front view.
Shields online.
Can we deselect that and just drop into super close, maybe? Now the obviously shields need to rebuild after you come out of silent running. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to, I know we're going to Irakuma, but let's lock destination there in system, because that means we can just get into super cruise, get around this planet a little bit quicker.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Which should mean we can then do our proper jump. So we'll get round here much quicker. There we go. Right, so let's highlight that. That's fine, and now we should be able to jump this way. Right, so yeah, that's how you bypass planets a bit quicker anyway. So you see down bottom right we've got illicit cargo. We do not want to be scanned. We do not want to be picked up by the authorities.
3, 2,
At best we will get a big fine. At worst they could blow us up. That is not good. We don't want that. Right. So yeah, having the availability of a heatsink there. Okay, so crossfield orbital is where we're heading to. We do not want to be picked up and interdicted. We do not want anything. We are invisible, or we're trying to be anyway. But you can see there we've got a ship coming up behind us. So let's throw them off a bit. So let's head back the way they're coming. See if they alter their flight path to match mine. So they are now in front of us. So no, we should be okay. Right. So this is where we're heading for. So let's have a quick look at the contacts. Hauler, 2 Sidewinders. Meh, not too bad. Right. This is where we are heading. Keeping an eye on the radar there. Okay, so we are going too quickly, which is fine. We'll spin it round, head back down. There we are. That's fine. awful lot of contacts on there now. Just keeping an eye. Got a couple that are heading towards us, but that's fine. We don't want anybody looking like it's going to spin round behind us. That's the important thing. Right. Right, got some in front of us, which is good. This is good. So we're lining up. We're very nearly there. And you want to be as near to the front as you can be when you're doing this. So what have we got there? We've got 0.12, 0.14, so it's very slightly towards us, which is fine. So I'm going to fly at the planet. I'm going to wait for it to tell me that the station has just gone behind me, and now I'm heading straight up at it. Hopefully this will give us the angle of entry that we need. And what I'm going to do, as soon as I jump in, I'm going to back off the throttle. So there we go, we're jumping in. I've backed off the throttle, and we're going to see where we are. Right, so fly away, fly away. You want to keep the distance over sort of 7-8 kilometers, because that's the distance. Okay, we've got stuff spawning in now, so let's line up for the front and start boosting in. Silent running.
Deactivating silent running.
Silent running. Shields offline.
Okay, so we are invisible now. Keep an eye on the heat, and we're dropping a heat sink. There we go, and we need to request docking.
Docking request granted.
16, there we go.
Heat sink deployed.
Oh, nicely done. There we go. Silent running.
Deactivating silent running.
Okay, so we are frantically pressing buttons there to try and make sure we don't die. There's 16 just there. Deploy landing gear.
The gear is down and locked.
Marvellous. Okay, so let's
Warning. Temperature critical.
silent running.
Deactivating silent running.
Restored.
Right. I thought I'd already done that, but no, never mind. There we go.
Docking successful.
So we've landed.
Engines disengaged. Shields
In a hangar.
offline.
Starport services. Now it can get a little bit fraught. You need to reload there your heat sinks that you had. It can get a little bit fraught, and you can be a little bit, but it gives you that little rush, you know, that little, oh my god, am I going to get caught? Which is quite cool. So shadow deliveries, 2 slaves, 113,695 credits. Thank you very much. Money in the bank. Nice. So that's good. You know, it's cool money. Again, shadow deliveries. Can't get that because I'm not an entrepreneur in trade rank for that, which is, yeah, a bit of a shame because, again, decent money. And that's just going back to an orbital where we came from. So, yeah, awesome. Awesome. So that's the smuggling, the Smugwinder. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it demonstrates exactly, well, not how to do it, but the way I do it anyway. You can do it just by lining up and just boost through the door, and then whack the thrusters in reverse and put your landing gear down right at the last minute just to hope it's done. and you slow down in time. But yeah, I tend to do it like that. You make a good return on it. It doesn't count towards your trade rank because it is smuggling, but it does add to your money, which is good. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. But for now, it's Commander Random signing off. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next one.